So Steven and Monica, like, we saw how shit was starting to kind of turn sour with them, where Monica was like, bro, you just don't shut up. Like, can I get a motherfucking word in? And it picks up where they're outside, they're having lunch, and Monica talks about how, you mentioned in the pods how you would always get me flowers, and you haven't gotten me flowers yet. And a part of me was I was a bit torn with that, right? Because for one, I'm like, bro, y'all are in fucking Mexico. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get a man some time. You know what I'm saying? But also a part of me respected that, because it's like, on this pod, we're big proponents of tell people the way you want to be loved. And Monica was, that was clear communication, regardless of how annoying it might have been.
I did not fuck with her.
Okay.
I did not fuck with her after episode 7, bro. I was like, I get this woman off my fucking television.
That's a lot of flowers. Like, what's going on with these flowers? It's bigger than Steven, nigga.
But at the same time, that's some shit Steven said he would do, right? Like how much can we falter?
It's conceptual, which was some bullshit too.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. She's like, I was speaking hypothetically on that. No,
that's so ridiculous.
Take your ass to Trader Joe's and spend $8, bitch. Like, what I'm saying? What are we doing here? Right. But yeah, and so they had that moment. They had that discussion where basically, Monica is just letting Steven know again, bro, you're falling a bit short here, and here's where you're falling a bit short here. And Steven does the whole, blah, 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 I'm gonna do better, which has been kind of a recurring thing with them lately, right?
The only interjection I want to make, because there's so much stuff I know you're going to talk about with them, is I do feel like the language of progressive, like, psychiatry has become a little bit of a mask for people just being shitty people sometimes. And yes. I do feel like that happens with the love language stuff sometimes, where she was like, the one that killed me was when she said, gifts are the third thing. She was like, I need words of affirmation. I need whatever the other thing was.
Might as well say the whole fucking list.
That's what I was like. If we're just going to list every way, then it kind of sounds like you just need to be, and for her response to them, him clearly communicating, okay, because of the financial upbringing I had, buying lots of stuff for people is not how I express things. And her response to that was not understanding at all. It was, I would never let my financial upbringing prevent us from growing as a couple.
Or have you heard of Louis Vuitton? Which is like, bruh.
He's like, oh no, who is that? Motherfucker,
is he a big deal? Like, nigga, like, what are you doing? Your expectations are not, that's unfair.
Yeah. Louis Vuitton doesn't make the sex toys. They didn't make the strap-on shit, bro. He would have heard about that Louis Vuitton strap-on.
But yeah, it's just, their dynamic there just shows how I feel like so many relationships. I feel like how so many relationships crumble, because Steven's like, well, if it's not a big deal to me, why does it need to be a big deal to you? No, that's not how shit works, bro. If it's a big deal to her, make it a big deal to you. You know what I'm saying? If you truly care about her. Because, like, Summer likes gifts and shit. I don't give a fuck about gifts, but I know she likes them, so I get her gifts. Like, it's that fucking simple. Right. But anyway.
Or just find somebody that kind of matches up with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can be done as well. Like, if you're not comfortable spending that type of bread and she wants Louis Vuitton shit, or she wants a bunch of shit, and you're not, that might not be the person. Like, there's ways to figure that out rather than pretending. But you know what I mean?
But Monica made it a point. Like, I'm not really tripping off designer shit. Just show me that you're thinking about me. Just buy me shit to show me that you're thinking about me.
But then she brings up Louis Vuitton and fucking like, nigga, this is like $1,300. He ain't even heard of the motherfucker. He's like, is he a big deal? This motherfucker, look at this nigga, man.
He was lying when he said he never heard of Louis Vuitton. Let's start there. That motherfucker was lying.
Potentially.
Who the fuck hasn't heard of Louis Vuitton, dog?
I mean, I don't know. A nigga that didn't know he was a nigga. You feel me? Like that type of motherfucker.
I have never bought Louis Vuitton.
Italian black man, nigga. That's the type of nigga that
everyone knows who Louis Vuitton is, dog. But yeah, so then we have that moment, right? And it's the same old story. They work past it, get all lovey-dovey, blah, blah, blah. Then we have the dinner that comes up, where all the couples are reuniting. There's a whole little moment where there's fireworks going off, and all the girls are watching the fireworks. A few of the ladies, fiancés are with them, and Steven and Garrett are talking, and Monica asked Steven to come watch the fireworks with her, right? See, like I said, you got to give Monica her credit because she communicates clearly, regardless of how annoying she is. And then, Steven just got lost in conversation with Garrett, didn't come see her. The fireworks are over. Monica comes back and, says the little passive aggressive, that was so romantic. Thanks for watching the fireworks with me, which is annoying. Like I said, annoying as fuck.
She annoying as fuck, bro.
Annoying as fuck, but she's holding. but bro, she communicated she wanted that man to watch fireworks with him. He didn't, and she came back and threw that shit in his face, right? Like I said, you cannot say that because so many times I feel like, speaking from my experience, I have been in the dark about shit that a woman I was dealing with wanted, and I get in trouble for not reading minds. But Monica does not want you to read her mind. She's telling Steven what she wants, and Steven is just fumbling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how annoying it is, because like I said, I was watching shit like, oh god, she's annoying as fuck. But the paper trail is there. She's covering her steps. You know what I'm saying?
Got the receipts, right?
She got the receipts,
right? Like there's a downside of being in a relationship with the phrase "per my last email," but at least you're not being asked to read minds.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
True.
The email is there.
But that's
exactly
wild,
the email is there, and then
that's not the energy you want. But go ahead.
Yeah, and so and Steven genuinely looks like he feels bad about that, right? And he goes over and he tries to make.
He looks scared. He looks like,
he looks scared.
Oh shit, I fucked up.
He looks like There was that moment when he was sitting on the chair, like, oh shit, I might have really fucked this up. I keep fucking up time after time after time. There was that moment for sure. But then he goes back when they're all at the table and he's talking. And he's talking about how I apologize. Me and Garrett were deep in conversation, and he was like, Garrett's mind just processes things a bit differently to where he takes me places.
That was so
weird. Right. It was a weird ass conversation, and it gets even weirder because then the motherfucker's like, and now that we're kind of like internet famous, they're gonna be women in our DMs asking to suck my dick, and I'm like, whoa, how did we get here?
And that's what Monica said. She was like, how did we get here?
Char didn't let you rewind that part to see how we got there. We for sure did. Like, bro, did we miss something? That shit was such a weird left turn, dog. Yeah,
I thought him like coming in that moment immediately after was kind of weird. I thought like that wasn't the place and time to have that conversation in front of other people. Like, take the L, bro. Calm yourself, nigga, and then talk about it later, and then make steps to change it. Like, you're having a in-house conversation out of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have an answer on that, I think, John, which is that he is a serial liar, as Tyler's about to go over, that we discovered later on, right?
Yeah.
And we have Char and I have a friend who, struggled with sex addiction, like genuinely like required like treatment for it and everything. And in retrospect, I was like, I should really have recognized more of this stuff. Because I think that sitting down is that I've lost control of the narrative.
So you know what I mean? I have to
get here, and like whatever's coming, I got to be able to direct traffic on what people are saying about me
and what they think about me and all this shit.
That was my feeling. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It felt really awkward though. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this.
And even before he made the actual comment, the fact that he was like talking about me and Garrett had this really big moment right in front of Taylor. I'm like, dude, what are you trying to do? Like, drive them apart? Like, what's your deal with that? It was so
and Taylor's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, Taylor was not going, dog. Like,
and she's smart as hell.
She was the voice of the people in that moment.
Taylor's a chiller,
you know
dude.
what I mean? Like, this nigga saying a bunch of nothing. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Yep. So that's how shit ends for them in Mexico. Then we go back to DC, right? We come back to DC. Steven finds out he's out of work. He's an electrician. That's how shit works. I'm sure job to job. You don't have any jobs working for you. You know what I'm saying?
Electricians are gonna find work though too. Like
there's that too. There's that too. And then him and Monica have a conversation and shit gets weird again, dog. Like he's like, well, if you want to just use me as a piece of meat. And if you just drop your drawers, I think that would be so fucking hot, being that I don't have a job. I like to, service you. He's like, yeah.
What is that?
Listen, bro, that woman is 36 years old. Like, you think that just saying, hey, there's some dick over here if you wanted to, a 36-year-old? What? Dog.
Who's probably she's attractive. You know what I'm saying? She's probably had way more dick on her than she wants. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, G. This ain't new.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the conversation gets a bit real. Even though that was a weird ass angle that fucking Steven took, you could tell he was joking, but shit gets real because Monica, Steven's talking about freaky shit, and then Monica is like, "Well, I haven't been giving you sex lately because you've been talking about how you got second thoughts about being married." Right, and she's like, my freak don't activate if I know if we ain't walking down that motherfucking aisle, which is like I said, Monica stands
She's
on business,
communicating
dog.
clearly for sure.
I
Yes,
get that.
she's a
That
very
wasn't
clear
annoying at all.
communicator.
That made 1,000%
Agreed.
sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a very clear communicator, regardless of how you feel about it. And then so then with this couple, things, they go over to other plot lines, and then we come back and we get the dramatic music, we get the unsteady camera, the camera on the shoulder, unsteady angles. We see Taylor,
the boom mic. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They
you
show the
right?
guts of the show. It got real.
I
bro.
love when you get to see
Yeah.
the production.
Yeah, they let us
You
know
fucking
this
dork.
yeah, they let us know shit just got real.
Just tell it's good storytelling. It's good
No,
storytelling.
that
it tells you
added
that something.
intensity.
It did.
Yeah, for sure.
It tells you that something unplanned is happening.
Yeah,
It's
it wasn't a
great.
sterilized environment anymore. It was real life at that point.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And we see Taylor at the crib comforting Monica in fucking earshot of Steven, basically saying, "You deserve better than that." Like, just like, and we're
called
like,
him
what the
evil.
fuck happened?
You
Yeah,
called him evil in front of
she
him.
said, yes, yes.
Berating that nigga. You feel me?
Mhm. And shouts to Taylor. That's some stand up shit. Real friend right there.
He seemed like
Right?
a real one though. She seemed like
Yeah.
a real one. Yeah.
And so, then the shit unfolds where we find out that this motherfucker said he was doing a sleep test.
I had never heard
happens
that.
if
That's
you have,
another
like,
thing
sleep
where
apnea.
me and Summer had to
Yeah.
pause. What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
sleep apnea.
Like sleep apnea and shit.
like if
So
you-
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends who've done sleep
Got
tests.
it.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
for
real
sure.
thing.
how
Now,
expensive are those? Because Summer thinks he's full of shit because she thinks if your insurance doesn't cover that, it's a
depending on, it can be quite expensive depending on what the disorder is. It can be covered by insurance though, because I have a friend who, if you have apnea, that's like a heart condition. So if
Right,
you
right.
it kind of depends on how it gets written up because of the way our fucking health insurance system is. If your doctor writes it up convincingly enough that it's a medical necessity, it can be covered as, because I have friends who've had to pay for it and I have friends who had it covered.
I think he's full of shit though because he's full of shit. You know what I mean? Like I think like
For
he
sure,
probably lied
but
about
I just-
it. You know what I mean? Like because it's him. But yeah, it's a thing though for sure.
Yeah, just
It's it gets pretty serious.
a quick Google search says that the average cost of an in-lab sleep study is $3,000. Their prices can range from $1,000 to over $10,000.
hell no.
Yeesh.
And you don't have insurance. He lost his job.
Yeah.
But if you because of like our friends with apnea, if you can't sleep, if you wake up tired every single day, 365 days a year, $1,000 for a sleep test is like,
Sure.
it's like if you've had a migraine for like over 12 hours, all of a sudden the Egyptian shit about drilling a hole in your skull is like, let's try it. Like, you know what I mean?
also like usually you keep your insurance a little bit after you lose your job. Like he might I have a month left on this. I don't know how it works with electricians, you know what I mean? Like
now where he's full of
and a
shit,
union
Tyler,
potentially.
is he said he was drunk at the sleep test. If you go into an
That's
if you
what the
go into
chat's
an
pointing
in-lab
out.
sleep test, well, guess what? They want in laboratory. They want a controlled experiment on you. They don't want you showing up drunk, fucking sexting someone.
Yeah.
Like, number one, you're drunk. That's not how you would normally sleep. And number two, you don't have you're not just laying in bed with your phone doing whatever you want, because then it's not a controlled study. So that's where I felt like it was bullshit. Maybe he met someone at the sleep study or something like that. But yeah, like he didn't show up drunk and horny. And the doctors were like, cool, this probably won't affect our readings at all.
He's just watching a little porn. It's nothing. You know what I mean?
He is drunk. Give this man his cell phone so he can
Just
sex.
pegging. Who doesn't take part in that? You know what I mean? Is it not America, nigga?
A light
come
peg.
on, G.
A light peg is part of my nightly
a light
tuck-in.
peg right before going to sleep.
Part of my turn down service. Just a gentle
an evening peg.
That shit was so wild. But yeah, so and basically Monica tells him, yo, I saw your text, and she says your texts were dealing with disgusting kinks. And I'm like, I don't want to know, but I low-key do want to know.
I want to know. I'm grown. I can hear it. You know what I mean?
I
can hear it.
As long as Noah's
I don't
privacy
wanna
is
see
violated,
it,
we might need to
but
know
I
the
can hear it.
context here, right?
Right.
But Mike, you said you had some investigative
Yes.
journalism. You have a
Okay.
scoop here?
Monica's been
Yes.
doing interviews since these episodes dropped, and she revealed how she discovered the text messages, which for me is a part of the story. Obviously, it doesn't change anything.
I was wondering why she got.
revealed.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Yeah.
So they're in the apartment. As you can see, they're all in this like it's sort of weird how they put them in like a halfway home. You know what I mean?
I hate it.
But they're all
He's like
right, but they're
corporate
basically
apartments,
all in
yeah.
this like dorm room.
So all of
thing,
them are in the
right?
same one. So they're all in the same like
Well,
apartment complex.
They're like all like
Oh,
right by
wow.
each other. it
And
seems.
so which makes sense because they want the interaction between them and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Taylor and Garrett, who obviously are friends with Monica, were going to bring over a tray of autumn cookies that they had just baked.
Most
That's very
wholesome
them.
fucking couple of all time. God
So
damn.
sweet.
And then you
I
stole it,
thought
and
it
then
was
you
laughing
stole it
too.
to dirty pegging sex
No.
controversy.
They could have been
No.
eating autumn cookies. You know what I mean?
No,
But he wanted to talk
because-
about pegging. Go ahead.
Because they were waiting on the text from Garrett that they were bringing the cookies over, Steven went to the bathroom, left his phone on the counter. The text from Garrett came. She opened it, saw his unread text from this other woman. She was like, I debated about like, should I click it or not? And then I clicked it. And she was like, I just couldn't even fucking believe what was in there when I saw it.
Did
But
she
I
divulge?
No, I think they're saving that for the reunion.
Okay.
They got Nick Lachey tell us what nasty shit Steven is in. Is that what?
He's
Now,
gonna
Steven.
read them out loud. He's gonna read
No,
the text out
Steven.
loud.
It says
Oh my
here.
god! I hope they show them. dude.
Steven, BDSM, does that mean anything to you?
I can't believe Steven is, as the chat is calling him, 3/5 of a fan. Capital F, capital A, capital N.
Hey,
3/5 of a fan. I can't believe he's 3/5 of a fan and is not locking his phone with a password. That is just, I mean,
Yeah, that's
he's lunatic
crazy.
and he
He's-
deserves everything that's
Right,
coming. He
like
deserves
all
everything that's coming to him.
addicts, like
But
all-
but from from a behavior
compulsive
standpoint,
addicts, there's an inherent desire
Yeah.
to
get
destroy the
caught.
self and get
Yeah.
caught. There's the only way to explain that shit
There's
because it shouldn't surprise you that Monica would check the text message either. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in an insulting way. It's just
No,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They're in a,
And-
they're trying to make the biggest decision of their lives and potentially the biggest decision of their life in like a 3-week span. Like that's gonna raise anxieties. Motherfuckers is going to go through phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also I forget who said it, but it was like a very prominent prosecutor who was talking about the Diddy shit, and they were like, they will find evidence here because sexual deviants do not get rid of their
Right.
shit for whatever reason. He was like, that is a common thing with them. They hold tight to that shit. So yeah. I mean, look, like Monica was annoying as fuck, but I still felt so bad for her in that moment. She did not deserve that shit, bro.
No,
Of course.
that was horrible.
yeah, of
That
course.
was horrible, bro.
Yeah,
Agreed.
she did
And
not
also,
deserve that
like,
shit.
I felt like she was it. I don't. Maybe I'm tripping. She knew old boy wasn't necessarily her cup of tea. You know what I mean? But she
Mhm.
was trying to make it shake. She was
I agree.
talking herself into how it could work. And this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, is out here, you know, texting wild shit that she, you know what I'm saying, the wild text messages she can't even repeat, it seems. You know what I mean? That disgust
Disgusting
her.
kinks.
Kinks. I mean, listen, there's a lot of shit that's been normalized. For in 2024, for you to say kink, it got to be crazy.
It might have been some
Because
Duke in the
pegging
mix,
isn't
dog.
even considered kink to me anymore. Like, you know, there's enough of niggas, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You might not.
right? They talked about pegging
for
and she
sure.
didn't really react. to
Yeah,
it. Like
They
it's not
pegging out
crazy,
here, as
yeah.
Solomon was
Motherfuckers be out here
was-
pegging. Right. They
Solomon
pegging
was
out
They
here.
pegging
Like
out
your
here.
boy said, like Solomon, you know, they pegging out here. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't necessarily even kink. So he on some, you know, other shit. You know what I mean?
That's a
Page
freaky frog.
18 of Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like real weird. You feel me? So I need to know what they was talking about.
Yeah, we need to know, bro. We need the nosy ass TikTok.
And she was
Instagram,
probably
Twitter
a freaky
motherfuckers.
frog too. He was texting too, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey,
How many times did he
Oh,
say
yeah.
your dick gets hard from blowing in the wind? That
Yeah.
happened to me at what,
Like-
17? Bro, I'm a
You
grown.
are- yeah,
How
you
your
are
dick still get
34
hard
years
from blowing
old.
in the wind? After, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, you
It's
know,
ma-
like that's
It's
said
machinery
it-
involved.
He said it 2 or 3 times
A
on
gust
camera,
will
which
cause
means
you to
however
get-
he probably said it more
Bro,
times off
you
camera.
are sick. You need help. You know what I mean?
We need DraftKings odds for whatever the kink is. I don't know
DraftKings.
what.
For
I
sure.
don't know what the
No,
kink
actually-
Dookie on the board,
actually-
minus
I don't know,
1,000.
something.
I think we might need a
Hey,
parlay.
Dookie's
we might
in
need
play.
a parlay. We might need a
Dookie is in
parlay,
play,
bro.
dog.
It
You know what
is
I
in
mean?
play.
Get
You know
three
what
of
I
the
mean?
get 3 of
Plus 450,
Steven's
but it's
5
in play.
kinks.
But it's in play. Bro, crazy, dog. But the way he walked away, he was like, I can't. Yeah, like this motherfucker.
It's over, dog.
I just felt so, I felt so horrible for her, bro. Like I've never been like, thank God I've never been cheated on or whatever. But the questions she was asking him, where she was like, "You were just gonna go shake my dad's hand," was like, bro. That shit. There was two moments in these episodes that made me emotional. That was one. I was like, "Fuck, that's crazy." You were like 2 hours ago. Like, okay, like John said, like clearly, you know, yes, like were her mannerisms in the earlier episodes annoying? Like they were to me, but you could see how much she was working to adjust herself to this dude she found herself with. She was putting in a lot of work, and so to go from that to like, oh no, there's nothing here. Like this dude is fucking out of his mind. I can't even imagine on television too. On television.
Hey, she put that motherfucker in the blender. She was like, you keep telling me I'm right. I know I'm right. Stop telling me that. Tell me why you did what you did. And that is like the main cop out for when a dude fucks up is they think if they own it, if they assume accountability on it, that all will be forgiven. And she's like, nah, that shit ain't flying. Motherfucker, why are you a freaky frog? Like that was what she was on. She wanted answers, bro.
This way.
Yes.
She was absolutely cooking him. He was like, I didn't lie. And she was like, you lied about wanting to get married, bro. And he was like,
he's like, oh, you got me pretty good on that one. Like, I think every man who's been caught in a lie by a woman, it turns into a fucking congressperson. Like, Tyler's exactly right. It's like, well, if I take my medicine, it'll be, it's like, no. When you were fucking 19, like, maybe, but
she
not
when you're your ass naked, my boy. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to deal with that for sure. Because
she made him Venmo her on camera.
Dog.
That shit was so dumb.
Amazing moment.
We heard the goddamn chicken and all that. Like she's like, rub me my shit. Like, listen, dog. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I came all the way around on Monica.
What's the purpose of that dude? I mean, I was it just clout? Like you did all of
this
this
to get the DMs.
You did all
I think he wants
of
those
this
DMs, baby.
DMs. Like that's a certain level of sick too.
Right.
Like at what age? You know what I mean? A whole career. You're lying to this extent on camera, documenting your fucking idiocy. You know what I'm saying? And craziness just for potential DMs. You know what I mean? There's going to be so many women who want to suck my cock.
The quote tweet economy, dog. It's all about exposure.
What? This came out of a grown man's mouth? Like he said this to another person. Like thinking that was going to be a thing that was normal that made sense.
Not just another person.
Yeah,
to two women. To two women.
And Taylor was like, what the fuck was that? Like, bro, yeah.
This is also like, there is no other situation where those two women would be in his company. This is the only time, you know what I mean? Like, and this type, bro, like, it.
Well, that was couple number one.
Yeah, couple number one, man.
30 minutes
to
close
the loop here. Carlos in the chat was like, ironically, he's probably going to get no
That's
DMs.
not true, Carlos.
I don't know.
You think
it's not true, but it's a good.
There are some nasty women out there who are trying to see what they get down. It's like, I promise you, he's gonna be just fine.
100%.
Think about how badly we want to see what those DMs are. I promise you, all those freaky frog ladies want to know what's in those.
You're not gonna scare me off with anything, 100%. But again, this is the quote tweet economy. Like in the internet world, all that matters is how many people you've exposed yourself or your product to, and what your conversion rate is. But the conversion rate is never zero.
Yeah. One women have
might be 0.1%.
like it is a very well known fact. Like you think you nasty, wait till you meet a nasty woman. Like bro, like women are a lot of women think most men are prudes, and a lot of women will be like, okay, he's not a prude. Let me see what's going on with him. Them DMs gonna be booming,
clutch them pearls, nigga. They gon'
he might meet his match in those DMs, but those DMs gonna be booming. Dog.
Walk out that room like this, nigga. The roller coaster of an NFL season is moving right along, and it promises to be a month full of tricks, treats, and of course, touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is the number one place to bet touchdowns.
Running it in from the 1 or an 80-yard bomb. We don't care how they score touchdowns. We want to bet on them. DraftKings heard us and is delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. It's hard not to look at player props for Jaden Daniels every week because he is balling out there. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.